it's Avery here, and today we're going to be filming my top 5 contemporary romances. I am here at a different angle today because I have gotten a new bookshelf. And this bookshelf I have filled with all my contemporaries, so now I have a lone contemporary shelf, my 3 fantasy sci-fi shelves, and then I have an ARC shelf that is currently my nightstand. So, that is how my room is set up now, so I might be doing videos in front of this or over there, just depends on the video. But today we're going to be talking about my top 5 contemporary romances right now. So currently I'm going to go through the top 5 contemporary romances that are my favorite right now. I'll also have some honorary mentions at the end. So thank you all for watching, and let's get started. Okay, we're going to start at number 5. So for my number 5 top contemporary romance is Suzanne Colzanti. I love Suzanne Colzanti. I have read 3 out of the 5 books that I own by her. This one was okay, I liked it, it just wasn't my favorite, but I love this trilogy right here. It's The City of Love, Lost in Love, and then her 3rd book is Forever in Love, which came out Tuesday, but I don't have a copy yet, so I'm going to probably go pick up a copy soon. But I really love this series. It is 3 best friends, and it follows their romances in the summer in New York, and I love it so much. I've always loved New York, and I love the point of view from all 3 girls, because all of them have a different story, and each girl is very, very different, but they're all roommates, so they're all connected, and I absolutely love it. So this is my top 5. Currently, my number 4 is Abby Glines. Abby Glines has written a new series that came out 2 years ago. That's Until Friday Night, Under the Lights, and her new one, I can't remember the name of it right now, but that one is also coming out in August, and I love this series. This series is about football players in southern Texas, southern in the South, and it's just the drama between the relationship for each person, and each person is broken in their own sort of way, and it's just them coming together and growing and its relationship, and so each one focuses on a different relationship. This one is Maggie and West, this one is Gunnar and Willa, Gunnar, and Brady, and then I think the next story is going to be another couple, and I'm so happy because I love these stories so much. They're very, very deep, and they very, very affect you, so if you're not into the deep sort of romances, then I wouldn't go for these. But I absolutely love them. I love all the football aspects, and I love how the guys are all a giant brotherhood, and they all take care of one another. And I absolutely love the series. This is number 4. My 3rd favorite contemporaries right now is Morgan Matson. How can you not go with Morgan Matson? Oh my goodness, they're falling. I love Morgan Matson books. I have read all of them from 8th grade till now, and I absolutely love them. I don't know what she's writing now, but I really want another book because I love her book so much. Second Chance Summer is about a girl whose dad gets cancer, so they go back to their lake house where they haven't been in a few years, and it's her dealing with all the drama of the friends she left behind and her father passing away because of cancer, and just him and her journey through just realizing some important things in her life. And I absolutely love this. It's a tearjerker, you will cry, but it is amazing, and I absolutely love this. The next book she has is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, and this one is a road trip from California all the way to the Northeast. I don't remember exactly which state. It was a while I read it go, but it was a super cute road trip adventure, and I think I still refer back to this book and think about all the time how this girl had never had Chick-fil-A, and I live off Chick-fil-A on sweet tea, and so she never had that, and just all the different fun adventures that she had in this book just cracked me up, and I absolutely love this one. So this one's also good if you were into a road trip adventure. Her next book, which was Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Since You've Been Gone. No one saw that, right? And this book is about Salone and her best friend, Emily. Sorry. This book is about Emily and Salone, and Salone has been her best friend for a year, and then in the summer she disappears, but she leaves a list of 13 things to do while she's gone, and it's just her adventure of checking off the list and getting through why her friend left and making new friends and having a new adventure, because Emily has always been very sheltered, not the outgoing one, and the adventure she goes on makes her outgoing and makes her just come out of her comfort shell and meet new people. And I love this one so much. It was very, very amazing. I loved it. Super fun, super cute. And then Morgan Matson's most recent book was The Unexpected Everything, and this book is about a girl who has her whole summer planned out from beginning to end. She is ready, she is gonna go on this thing, but then her dad is a politician and he gets a scandal in his campaign and he has to shut everything down, but that also affects her life because one of the things, she had a scholarship to the program that she was going to that summer, and that got withdrawn because of her dad's scandal. And so she has to rethink how her summer is going to go, and she ends up walking dogs, and she meets a guy who is just super fun and interesting, and she gets to hang out with her friends all summer, which she wasn't going to plan to do. So it's just a very, very good story about friendship and finding yourself in things that you wouldn't normally find yourself in, and going with the unexpected, and family, because her dad's always home now and he usually wasn't home. This story was really, really good. I loved it. I loved the whole scavenger hunt scene too. It was super fun. If you wanted like a fun but yet like deep contemporary, I would go with this one. Super amazing, super fun. Yes. Number 2 on this list is Jennifer E. Smith. Okay, so currently, while reading these, I have not read Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between, and I have not read The Geography of You and Me. But I have read This Is What Happy Looks Like, This Is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight, and Windfall. And I read these in May before I met her, and she was absolutely amazing. I was so happy to meet her. That was when I picked up those other 2 books. But I read The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight is about a girl, and she's gonna go to see her father, who she hasn't seen in a long time, and he's getting married. And it's her dealing with the fact that her father is moving on from what the past they had and getting married and going on something else, but it's her dealing with that. And then she meets a guy on the airplane on the way there, and they fall in love on the airplane on the way there, and she goes out to see what he was going to, because he had brought a suit and he was going to an event as well, but she didn't know what he was going to. And so she went and she found him, and it's their love story while also she's dealing with the fact that her life is changing as well. This book was actually really short and easy to read. I loved reading it because it's super fast and quick, but also felt like it was a long story. So that's what I loved about this one. It was super cute. I highly recommend this one. I cried a little, just gonna say. And then This Is What Happy Looks Like is a book about a girl and her mother who live in Maine? I'm pretty sure Maine. Or Maryland. Somewhere up northeast. And her father is a politician, but her and her mother are hidden from him, and I don't think her father knows about her. No, he doesn't. And so it's her, and then a movie comes into town, and they are going to film a movie in the town, but she is pen pals with one of the actors in the movie but doesn't know it yet. And so it's her adventure of falling in love with a movie star and her father, and growing and figuring out who you are and the world around you, and trying to, and putting on a facade that everything's okay. And I really, really like this book. I love the whole like pop star, like reality, you know, big people falling in love with the small town girl. I always love stories like that. They always bring me a little like joy. So I'm super happy I read this one, and it was super cute. And then I read Windfall, and if you haven't heard me talk about Windfall, go watch my review. I absolutely love this book. I could go all day talking about this book because me personally, I really had a strong connection with this book, so that is why I highly recommend it to everyone. But some people probably won't be as connected to it as I was. But I still love this book to death. This is about a girl named Alice, and she goes and buys a lottery ticket to be funny for her best friend Teddy's 18th birthday. And the lottery ticket turns out to be the winning lottery ticket. So it's Teddy dealing with all the money he's gotten, Alice dealing with not wanting the money and figuring out how their lives mesh together. He, of course, being a teenage boy with lots of money, goes on like a personality roller coaster. And so it's just their relationship forming and growing and finding out where you want to go to college, which place is your home, what is home to you. And I loved this story. So this is definitely high on the list. I love it so much. And finally, my #1 top recommendation in the contemporary genre is going to be, without a doubt, if you guys can guess it, I will be very proud of you. Katie McGarry. I love Katie McGarry books. I can't hold all these because there's 6 of them. I'm such a die-hard fan for these books. Oh my goodness. I have not read Crash Into You, I haven't read Take Me On, which is the 4th book in the Pushing the Limit series, but I have loved every other book in this series. I know I will definitely love that one as well, and I can't wait for her new book that comes out in January, I think January 28th. But it's her new book that's like, Say You'll Remember Me or something, and I cannot wait. I am dying. I really want to get my hands on it. I love this series so much. I can't wait to see how those characters play into some of the characters in these stories. I'm so excited. But I'm going to do a short summary of each of the books, and then I'll talk about why I love them so much. Alright, in Pushing the Limits, it is Echo and Noah? Yeah, Echo and Noah's story. Echo is a girl, and she's dealing with, her arms have scars on them, so it's her dealing with why the scars are there, how she can't remember how she got them, and her family situation. Noah's dealing with being in foster care away from his 2 younger brothers and having to deal with how he wants to take care of them but can't, and also being in high school and going to a crazy therapist at this high school. No, it's a counselor. The high school counselor who is, she's crazy, but they fall in love because they needed a support system, and they're each other's support system. And I love it so much because they each have their own struggles, but it's just them healing themselves and figuring out themselves along with falling in love with each other. And it's just a super cute story, and I absolutely adore it. But this is the first book. The next book is Dare You To, and this is Beth and Ryan's story. And Beth is friends with Noah, and Beth is also, she's living with her mother, but her mother is addicted to drugs. And it's her mother and her abusive boyfriend, they get into trouble and they are sent to jail, and so Beth's uncle comes into town and decides he's going to take her away from this situation and raise her in a different town. And it's her moving to that different town, meeting Ryan, going to a new school. Ryan's, of course, the jock baseball player who thinks he's got it all figured out but also has a miserable life on himself. His life is not as bad as Beth's, but his life is still an emotional wreck. I love this story. They have a lot of baseball references that I probably didn't get, but it was still super good. Their relationship, because Beth is, of course, the wild child trying to turn into a small town girl, is just crazy, but their relationship and their romance is just super cute and heartwarming, and I loved it so much. The next book is Crash Into You. This book is Isaiah and Rachel's story. Isaiah is friends with Beth and Noah, of course, and so he is, how do I put this nicely? He is like tattooed, piercings, like tough guy, but he is also in the foster care system with Noah, and he is racing cars. He races cars, but one night he decides to do it illegally, and that night is where he meets Rachel. Rachel is she's the sister of 6 older brothers, that all think she needs to be protected because she had panic attacks a year ago. And she's covering up the fact that she has those panic attacks from her family to make sure her family's okay. Because her older sister died when she was very young, and her mother considers Rachel her replacement for her dead sister. And so it's put a lot of pressure on her to be perfect and to be just like her older sister. And it's just her dealing with the turmoil of her family and trying to please everyone but not being able to do it. And it's her loving to race cars and the need for speed and them falling in love with each other, also dealing with the side effects of illegal street racing. And so I loved this story. I liked this one a lot. This one's more fresh on my mind since I read it recently, but I still love it as much as the other ones. And then her other series, which is the Thunder Road series, is Nowhere But Here by Katie McGarry. This one is the first book, and this one is about Oz and Emily. Oz is part of a motorcycle gang. I can't ever remember it. Oh, Reign of Terror, sorry. Motorcycle Club in the Reign of Terror. And he's been grandfathered in, his father's in the club and everything, and the head leader of the club happens to be Emily's father. And so Emily comes into town to get to know her grandmother before she's passing away and get to know her father who just got out of jail. And it's just her learning what her father does, seeing the motorcycle gang, motorcycle club, and just seeing how they live and how different that is from what she would live. And it's the whole drama behind her mother and father and the backgrounds in both motorcycle clubs, because there's also the Riot, who is a illegal motorcycle club who deals with bad things, but it's like the clash of the two clubs, and it's very good. I love the whole motorcycle club, this stuff, and Oz is messed up on his own. This has to be my favorite out of the whole series. This is Thunder Road Walk the Edge. This is about Razor, who is also part of the motorcycle club, and Brianna. Brianna is the older sister of, she is an older sister in a large family, so she's always taking care of the younger sisters and siblings, but she is brilliant with math and puzzles, and her mind just works in strange ways, and she's very good at math. And she's always been told her whole life that the Reign of Terror Motorcycle Club is dangerous, scary, stay away from them, you don't want to get messed up in their business. But when school starts, she catches the eye of Razor. And it's Razor and her story, and Razor's figuring out, does he want to go to college, does he want to join the motorcycle club, does he want to be a part of this story, what happened to his family. And there's also the problem of there's been blackmailing going around trying to get Brianna to do things because they caught a scandalous picture of her and Razor kissing, and it's just it's their story of trying to get through this blackmailing and trying to figuring out who they are, what they want to do, and not what everyone else tells them they should be doing. And I love this story. They have there's a really good suicide quote in here that I love, and it's really good. I really like this one. This is probably one of my favorites. And the last book I have to talk about is The Long Way Home. This is the third book in the Thunder Road series. This one is about Chevy and Violet. Chevy and Violet are friends with Razor and Oz, and they're all born and bred into this motorcycle club, the Reign of Terror. And Violet, her father was killed during one of their jobs that the motorcycle club was doing, and so she has this like bitterness built up in her about the club and why she doesn't ever want to be a part of the club and the secrets that the club holds over the females and won't let them know, and it's just her strength and will to not be a part of this. And Chevy is feeling the difficulty of, does he want to do this, or does he want to be the normal teenager that goes and plays football and does other things and not be a part of the motorcycle club that he has been a part since he was younger. And it's just the whole story of them finding out who they are and what they want to be. But there's also the part in here that is about the Riot, who is the other motorcycle club, and it's them trying to get back at Emily's father and trying to get the motorcycle club, the Reign of Terror, down, because the Riot is trying to do bad things. I can't, and it's just, I love all the aspects of this one. This one has more to deal with, it's okay, you can lean on me, we can protect you too, you don't have to do this all by yourself. And I love those aspects of the story, and it's also like them growing and figuring out other things about their family that's not just the Reign of Terror. And I absolutely loved it. Super good. There's not been a Kay McGarry book which I haven't cried either, so these are very like deep stories and tearjerkers, all but I love them so much. So those are my top 5. I'm going to do some honorary mentions. I probably won't go into them as deep as I have these books, but here's some honorary mentions. The Lovely Reckless is definitely an honorary mention because I have 3 copies of it, but also because it's an amazing story. It also has to do with her father is an undercover cop, and her boyfriend is in a mess with stealing vehicles, and it's just her being from the good side of town and moving in with her father on to the other side of town, which is like the shadier side of town, but it's her finding the joy in some of the aspects of that school and figuring out herself. She doesn't have to be the perfect princess that everyone thinks she should be. And I love it so much. I gave this to like 3 of my friends and they read it and they loved it as well. So I highly recommend The Lovely Reckless by Kami Garcia. And another thing I have to recommend is Jen Malone. Jen Malone has 2 physical books out right now, but she also has 1 ebook, and I love her ebook. It's called Map to the Stars. It is one of those pop star meets regular girls romance, and I love it so much. There's some weird aspects of it, but it's also just a very cute romance. Then we have Wanderlost by Jen Malone, which is about Aubrey, and Aubrey's sister was supposed to go and run a tour through Europe for like a retirement couples, but when she has a party at her house, her sister is framed for giving alcohol to underage. So Aubrey is forced to go on this road trip through Europe with these, oh goodness, people, and it's just her leading this tour of really, really funny elderly people and her growth in lying and sisterly bond and also falling in love, because of course, what's a road trip without romance? And I loved it so much. I have not gotten to read her new book yet, but I really, really, really want to. This one is The Changes in Latitude. This is about a girl, and her mother has decided to go on a 2-month, like, take the sailboat down to the people on the other end of the country. So they're starting up in like Washington or Oregon, and they're going to sail this boat all the way down to California. And it's just a very, very interesting story, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. I hear there's also a romance, but I read 20 pages into it and I have yet to meet a romance, so I'm so excited to see who the romance is, what it's about, and I'll get back to you on how I feel about it. Those are all the recommendations I have in contemporary right now. I've been reading a lot of the Kay McGarry and other genres. I hope you all liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and if you really, really liked it, you can subscribe because I post videos. Now I have a schedule. I will be trying to post every Thursday. So every Thursday I'll have a new video, and if I have an extra video going up, it'll go up on Tuesday. So stay tuned for those. I am really happy about having a schedule set and having to be consistent because I've always needed to this, and I'm really excited, and I'm so much more comfortable talking to you guys now, so I am just excited to kick this off and start the new school year with a plan and a schedule and how I'm going to do things. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye, lovelies!